Blazing Saddles runs with a disclaimer on HBO Max today, as the 1974 movie opens with white railroad bosses whipping black workers and shouting the N-word as they demand the men seem spiritual.
When you were slaves, you sang like birds. Come on, how about a good old work song?
The workers instead sing Cole Porter's "I Get a Kick Out of You" to mock the boss's racism.
I get no kick from champagne.
Later, the governor's appointment of Bart as the first black sheriff of Rock Ridge is one of the film's most infamous moments, capturing satire on small-town bigotry as the townspeople freeze and mutter, "The sheriff is a nit," while pulling out their guns.
Chairman of the Welcoming Committee, handshake to our new...
That's what I'm talking about.
Director Mel Brooks doesn't stop there, as the beam campfire scene shows white cowboys part endlessly while uttering stinging racial and ethnic jokes, calling Chinese workers in addition to Native Americans wearing stereotypical headdresses and speaking Yiddish, as Brooks spews stereotypes in every direction.
Schwarzes. No, seid nicht mehr sugar.
Even a gag about is included in Madeline Kahn's cabaret number, "I'm Tired," that plays disturbingly different today.
I've been with thousands of men, again and again.
When Warner Brothers pushed to censor Blazing Saddles, screenwriter Richard Pryor insisted the language was necessary satire on American racism. That Django Unchained, released in 2012 and quickly became one of the most controversial modern films on slavery.
Django, get up on that horse. Also, if I were you, I'd take that winter coat the deer depart.
Quentin Tarantino mixed his penchant for violence with satire on racism, a fiery combination that saw the N-word spoken more than 110 times right from the start when Django encounters slave traders and kills them. The film captured the raw and brutal reality of Mandingo fights on Leonardo DiCaprio's Calvin Candy's estate, as an infamous scene shows slaves brawling to the death while plantation owners cheer. In another savage scene, a runaway slave is torn apart by dogs on Candy's orders, making it one of the most graphic depictions of slavery in Hollywood.
Oh no!
The graphic brutality and language split audiences, as Spike Lee condemned the film's exploitation and accused Tarantino of disrespect by saying slavery was not a spaghetti western, whereas black filmmakers like Reginald Hudlin defended it by arguing Django's revenge fantasy gave black audiences long-denied empowerment. Progressive audiences remain divided about the film, with some praising its cathartic nature while others walking out on campus screenings. Borat pushed offensive stereotypes as far as one could imagine in 2006 by opening in Borat's Kazakh village, which was actually Glad, Romania, where Borat introduces his sister as the fourth best prostitute in Kazakhstan.
She is my sister. She is number 4 in all of Kazakhstan.
In this sequence, he joked about incest and bought gypsy tears to ward off AIDS. Romani residents later sued by claiming they were misled and mocked as subhuman.
Do not fear me, gypsy. All I want from you is your tears. Please give them to me or I will take them.
Borat's nastiest sequence is the Running of the Jew festival, with stereotypically drawn papier-mâché Jews that ran in stampede, and Mrs. Jew laid a Jew egg that was smashed by children as the crowd cheered, and Borat reported the event in Hebrew. Kazakhstan's government condemned the scene for depicting Kazakhs as anti-Semitic and inbred. The film's US sequences exposed unscripted bigotry in a Virginia rodeo, where Borat prays for the Iraq War and butchers the US national anthem with his fake Kazakh lyrics.
Kazakhstan is #1 exporter of potassium.
Borat also throws cash at cockroaches he thinks are shape-shifting Jews and flees. Then, drunk South Carolina frat boys, who later sued, praised slavery and trashed women in an RV.
Why you don't call them? Because they do not have a telephone, yes?
No, not because of that. They don't have.
Animal House is John Landis's controversial 1978 movie that is often hailed to have invented college humor, but its famous gags now pass as deeply toxic.
This is absolutely gross. That boy is a P.I.G. pig.
One of the most notorious scenes to modern audiences comes when Otter and Boone take underage dates to a frat party. Later, Geeky Pinto ends up in a car with a drunk 13-year-old. When she passes out, a cartoon devil appears on his shoulder, urging him to go for it, while an angel says otherwise.
Don't listen to that. Look at those. You'll never get a better chance.
If you lay one finger on that.
The scene was played for laughs in 1978, but now it's viewed as a date setup.
Shame on you.
Voyeurism was also normalized, with John Belushi's Bluto climbing the ladder to peek into a sorority house with half-dressed women. The punchline would the ladder fall, not the invasion of privacy.
No, she's your boyfriend. Steal your boyfriend. Her boyfriend.
The film experimented with racist jokes when white frat boys take their dates to a black bar. The men and women panic while framing black patrons as a threatening joke.
We are gonna die.
Previously called a boundary-pushing comedy, now it's called a toxic showcase of rape culture and racism. 16 Candles was seen as a sweet coming-of-age comedy in 1984, but today's audiences widely label it as the most problematic 80s teen movie. Asian American critics and fans consider Long Duck Dong's character one of the most damaging Asian stereotypes of the 80s.
Grandpa is talking to you.
Every appearance of the exchange student was greeted by a gong sound effect, whilst he was portrayed as a drunken buffoon who mispronounced English and lusted after white women.
Hyena don't get disturbed.
Hernia.
The movie also features a disturbing subplot when popular jock Jake finds his girlfriend Carolyn passed out drunk. Instead of helping her, he tells Nerdy Ted she's so wasted she won't know the difference.
Jake, I'm only a freshman. So? She's so blitz she won't know the difference.
Ted dries off with her, and the next morning, Carolyn doesn't remember what happened, but jokes about it, suggesting might have occurred. Casual homophobic bigotry runs throughout the film as Ted calls another boy. Racial jokes were also common, with the gym teacher referring to Long Duck Dong as a Chinaman.
Hey, Howard, there's your Chinaman. Well, thanks, Fred.
The harmless teen humor in 1984 is now considered the most problematic comedy of the decade. Gran Torino was initially hailed as a gritty anti-racist parable in 2008, but now fans realize its content is laced with the very slurs it tries to condemn.
Come here, girl.
Stop!
Across somebody once in a while you shouldn't have messed with.
Clint Eastwood plays Walt Kowalski, a bitter Korean War vet who spends most of the film calling his Asian neighbors.
Out of your mouth, tell me what you want, and have some respect.
His disdain for his Asian neighbors is evident when he says, "How many swamp rats can you get in one room?" after he sees them going inside their home.
How many swamp rats can you get in one room?
He even hurls at a black man and Dago at his Italian barber. Many scenes play with uneasy humor, like Walt teaching his Hmong neighbor Tao how to talk like a man by trading racial insults.
Now go on out and come back in and talk to him like a man, like a real man.
The story's climax builds toward a white savior arc, as Walt redeems his racist onslaughts as he sacrifices his life so Tao and his sister can escape. Actor B. Vaughn, who played Tao, later argued in a 2021 NBC News interview that the film backfired by mainstreaming anti-Asian slurs as viewers treated them as jokes rather than satire. Soul Man hit theaters in 1986 with Mark Watson, a white student played by C. Thomas Howell, cheating the system by overdosing on tanning pills and putting on blackface to qualify for a scholarship meant for African Americans at Harvard.
Congratulations, Mr. Watson, and good luck at Harvard.
Thank you, sir. I'll do my best.
From the beginning, the comedy relies on stereotypes as Mark struts around the Harvard campus with an afro wig and darkened skin, enduring the script's framed racism of being refused a cab or hassled by the police.
You got 1,000 black guys and one white guy. What do you call the white guy?
The jokes trivialized real discrimination while playing it for laughs. The disturbing romance subplot sees Mark using deception to hide his real identity to date Sarah, a black law student. Professors greet him with "yo brother" slang, while classmates joke about affirmative action.
I see you decided to come in native costume today.
Even his parents cringe when they first see his transformation, turning racism into a family gag. When it opened in 1986, protests erupted outside theaters, with the NAACP blasting it and Spike Lee, calling it a mockery of real struggles.
As an attack on racism, I really don't see it like that, and well, it's not funny.
Today, it's universally derided as it regularly tops lists of the most racist Hollywood comedies. Short Circuit is another 1986 light family comedy about a wisecracking robot, but one of its main human characters, Indian engineer Benja Batuya, is actually played by white actor Fisher Stevens in full brownface.
Last time I am seeing him, he is busy vomiting. Well, the cat is dragged in a sight for fun.
With his skin darkened in makeup, he delivers lines in an exaggerated sing-song accent, like, "I am standing here beside myself."
I am standing here beside myself.
And, I am not knowing this, but I am suspecting. For South Asian viewers, these catchphrases become a humiliating caricature. Throughout the movie, Ben is reduced to punchlines with him nervously flirting with a woman in one scene and declaring, "I am sporting a tremendous woody right now."
Oh my goodness, I am sporting a tremendous woody right now.
Later, he's seen misusing idioms by proudly saying, "You are giving me hot and bothered pants," while white characters roll their eyes. By Short Circuit 2, his caricature deepens as he runs a street vendor cart and gets scammed and humiliated, with his deep accent and clumsy mannerisms exaggerated even further. Decades later, Stevens admitted the role was wrong by saying, "I would never do it now." Time's up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video from my fun, lighthearted channel, Hollywood Body Count, I'd love a cheeky like, subscribe, and comment. No pressure, no sweat, your call.